Hey guys, it's October 2025, so the year is almost over. And so far in 2025, we've had quite a few changes in the credit card scene in Canada. So new credit card releases in Canada or original credit cards being either buffed or nerfed. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the most popular credit cards in Canada and put them on a tier list. I did one last year, so this will be the 2025 version. So we're going to start off with probably one of the most recognizable and popular cards in Canada, the Cobalt card. Man, I used to like this card. Like, I owned this card for several years in the past. Unfortunately, I had to cancel this card because this card's gone through multiple nerfs throughout the years. For example, starting November of this year, this card would cost almost $200 per year. They also nerfed some rewards as well, like eliminating multipliers for the traveling category. And the main reason why this card was so good in the past is because of Amex's partnership with Aeroplan. And unfortunately, the point value for Aeroplan was nerfed like half a year ago. I used to value Aeroplan points at about 1.75 to 2 cents per point. Now, barely 1.5 cents per point. I mean, the rewards for the Cobalt card is still not bad. 5 times multipliers for groceries and restaurants. So by my calculations, that's about 7.5% rewards. So definitely not bad, but this is an Amex. Grocery stores and restaurants that take Amex are generally a little bit more pricey, so 7.5% return on investment, it's not that impressive anymore. In addition, the insurance coverage for this card used to be pretty okay, above average, when it was $13 a month. But this card will be almost a $200 card now. So given all that, I know I rated this card an A tier card like 2 months ago in this video. So honestly, I'm thinking about giving this card a B tier grade now, maybe a high B, because this card still got a pretty decent reward system. It's just gone through too many nerfs to make this card a top tier card now. In fact, I would actually rank this card, the Scotiabank Gold Amex, better than the Cobalt card. Why? Because while this card only costs $120 a year, you're saving basically like $70 compared to the Cobalt card every single year. This card also offers no foreign transaction fees when shopping abroad, even though Amex conversion rates for Canadian dollars is pretty shitty compared to MasterCard and Visa. And plus, this card's an Amex. Unless you're at a hotel or a high-end restaurant abroad in Asia or Europe, the acceptance rate for this card abroad could get a little bit dicey. This card's got a much better insurance package than the Cobalt card, and personally, I feel like SEAM points are just more flexible than Amex points. So I'm putting this card slightly above the Cobalt card right now, and plus, Scotiabank usually waives your first year's annual fee for their credit cards, so that's a nice bonus. Next, the Rogers Mastercard and the World Elite version. Yes, I'm riding Rogers again. Look, both are instantly an S tier card for the second straight year, no doubt. Obviously, the World Elite version is definitely better because it's got an actual insurance package, but these cards are technically free, given that you use a Rogers service. I get it, some people hate Rogers and refuse to give them business, I completely get that. But 3% cashback for all your general purchases is still the highest in Canada, so yeah, obviously straight to S tier for these two cards. Okay, the Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite. On paper, this is a decent card, but when you pair this card with Chexi, where you can pay your rent from, then you get 2.25% return on rent. And that basically makes this card a must-have if you're renting in Canada. Unfortunately, this card only has a $25,000 annual budget for the recurring bills category, which is the category used by Chexi to pay your rent through Chexi. So basically, you're left with a rent budget of just over $2,000. And if you live in Canada, you'll know that's not a lot. But still, if you're renting, you definitely need this card and pair it with Chexi, so easily an S tier card. The Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite. So this card I really like. It gives 1 SEAM point per dollar spent abroad, and some categories offers even more. For example, if you go to a restaurant abroad, that's 2 SEAM points per dollar spent. If you shop at a grocery store abroad, that's also 2 SEAM points per dollar spent. You also get no foreign transaction fees and 6 free lounge access at airports. I mean, this card is a little bit expensive, $150 a year, but if you travel a lot and use all 6 lounge access every single year, then $150 is well worth it. That said, I don't think this is an S tier card. I mean, there's free cards out there that offers no foreign transaction fees like the EQ Bank card, and they also offer you cashback as well. If you don't travel a lot, you technically don't need the Scotiabank Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite card. I'm basically only saving the S tier cards for cards you absolutely need, so I mean for this card, a high A tier. Next, we have the Triangle World Elite Mastercard and the regular Triangle Mastercard. Okay, again, both are S tier cards. Obviously, the World Elite version is a much better card. The insurance sucks on the World Elite version compared to other World Elite cards out there in Canada. However, this card also offers free roadside assistance, which costs about $60 to $80 a year. And on top of that, you can pay your property taxes, you can pay your utility bills, and for me, I paid my strata fees with this card. And by using this card, they offer you 1% rewards. For me, that's about $70 to $80 free every single year in Canadian Tire money. I mean, just the last month, I went to Sports Check and bought a pair of sneakers using my Canadian Tire money. Because remember, Sports Check is a part of the Canadian Tire family. So the regular Triangle Mastercard doesn't have free roadside assistance, but does allow you to pay for your property taxes, your household utilities, and maybe your strata fees. I mean, you don't get 1% cash back, you get 0.5%, but it's something. So if you don't have the income to get the World Elite version, I mean the regular Triangle Mastercard is basically a must-have as well. Okay, next we're going to the Tangerine Moneyback Mastercards. So these cards were good when they came out like 10 years ago. 3 categories at 2% cashback was pretty good. It's still not bad, but we have other options now, and I mean there's other free cards that I would say are better cards than these 2 cards. So I would say that both of them are C tier cards. They're not terrible. I still have them, but I never use them. Okay, so we have the Amex Gold card. So this card costs $250 a year. So this is like top tier luxury pricing. You do get some pretty sick welcome bonus, but as you know, the welcome bonus or the sign up bonus is unreliable because it changes all the time. The 4 free lounge access is nice, and the card offers an average insurance package for the price point. The card also offers $100 in travel credit, which is nice. Unfortunately, the rewards for this card isn't amazing. 2 points per dollar spent on gas, groceries, drugstores, and travel, 1 point for everything else. Again, I value Amex points at 1.5 cents per point, so this is nothing to be excited about. Unless you get this card for the welcome bonus and you go to airport lounges 4 times a year, then you know you're probably only getting this card to pick up girls, because you know this card is actually made in metal, which looks cool when you whip it out during dinner. But for $250, might as well just save that money and you know pick up girls by treating them to like an expensive steak dinner. So yeah, C tier. The Amex Green card. Now I used to really like this card. It's a really simple, no bullshit card. 1 point per dollar spent on everything. The insurance package is pretty normal for a free card. I mean, last year I might have ranked this card an A tier card. Unfortunately, not anymore. Aeroplan keeps devaluing its point system, and unfortunately for American Express, to maximize Amex points, you kind of have to transfer the points over to Aeroplan. So right now, I would say that this card offers about 1.5% return on purchases, which isn't bad for a free card, but it is an American Express, which I do have to tax the rankings for American Express because it's less likely to be accepted, so a B tier. So the green card offers 1.5% return on everything. This card offers 2% return on 3 categories. With that said, I do think that the Amex Green card is slightly better than the Tangerine Mastercards, so a low B. Okay, next, the Neo Financial World Elite Mastercard. Now, I've had multiple terrible experiences with the Neo Financial customer service, the phone and customer service, but I'll leave those biases aside. This card's pretty new. It came out late last year, but it's gone through multiple iterations. The newest iteration, 5% cashback for groceries up to $1,000 per month, 4% for recurring bills. I mean, the cashback percentage is pretty decent, but the cap is really low. If you have a family of 4, then $1,000 for groceries is kind of tight. Because remember, when you go to a Walmart supercenter, you're not just getting groceries, you're probably getting clothing, cleaning products, or maybe even kids' toys. This card does have a pretty good insurance package for the price. I mean, the card costs $125 a year, but it is missing one key insurance coverage, which is mobile insurance. That's a pretty big insurance coverage, and unfortunately this card doesn't have it. And if you live in Quebec, you don't even get access to most of the insurance coverages this card offers anyways. Personally, I wouldn't rate this card higher than a C, because there's another card that's very similar out there that's much much better. Alright, another very popular card, the Amex Simplycash Preferred. Probably one of the most popular cashback credit cards in Canada right now, costing about $10 a month, which is basically the cost of most World Elites and Visa Infinites in Canada. The card's pretty straightforward, so 4% cashback on gas and groceries and 2% for everything else. The problem with this card is that American Express only pays out their cashback once a year, and I don't like that type of cashback method, because there's other cashback credit cards out there in Canada that allows you to cash out whenever you want, or once you reach a certain limit. What that means is you can invest that cash back and earn even more money. Unfortunately, the way Amex distributes their cashback, it doesn't really allow you to do that. The cashback percentage is above average. The 2% cashback for general purchases, I mean, it's okay. This card offers 10 insurance coverages, so I mean a decent insurance coverage for the price point, so a solid B tier. Next, the Amex Simplycash card. So a toned down version of the preferred card. This is the free version, so 2% cashback on gas and groceries and 1.25% for everything else. Unfortunately, I mean, this is a pretty weak card in my opinion. For example, the Tangerine Mastercard offers 2% cashback on 3 categories, and you can move those categories around based on your spending habits. Unfortunately, for the Amex Simplycash, it's only 2% cashback on groceries and gas, so only 2 categories and you can't move them around to other categories. Again, for Amex, cashback is only paid out once a year, whereas Tangerine pays out once every single month. Unfortunately, this is an American Express, so we kind of have to tax the rankings here. Oh man, this sucks. But I'm gonna have to place this a low C tier. I know there's a lot of fans for this card, but I just can't rank it higher because we have better options. I mean, yeah, 1.25% cashback for your general purchases for a free card is not bad, but even with the devaluation of Aeroplan, I think the Amex Green card is a better alternative for your general purchases. Okay, so the CIBC Dividend Visa Infinite, so very similar to the Amex Simplycash Preferred, except you don't need to wait a year to get your cash back. You can take out cash back once you accumulated $25 in cash back. And plus, this is a much better gas card than the Simplycash Preferred because you get savings from Chevron. Unfortunately, this card only offers 1% cashback for general purchases, and it has a pretty weak insurance package for the price point. But I still think this is a better card than the Simplycash Preferred just because it's a better gas card, so I'll place it here in the middle of B tier. Alright, next, the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard, but probably my second favorite card after the Rogers Mastercard. Technically, this card isn't a cashback credit card, but the points that they offer are sometimes better and more flexible than cashback credit cards. Definitely more flexible than cashback credit cards from Amex because they only offer you cashback once a year for Amex, and this card definitely better than that. You can redeem points for gift cards at around 1 cent per point. You also get 10% birthday bonus, 5 points per dollar spent on groceries, restaurants, and recurring bills with a high spending limit. Very good insurance package for the price point, so this will be an S tier card, probably the lowest of the S tier. I mean, it's a top tier card, but it's not like you must have this card. But if you can get it, you have the income to get it, you should probably get this card instead of a card like the Cobalt card. Okay, next, the newest card, the Wealthsimple Visa Infinite card. Now, this card is very polarizing. 2% cashback on all purchases around the world with basically no foreign transaction fees. On one hand, it's probably the most broken or overpowered cards for travelers. On the other hand, it's $240 a year if you don't have auto deposit with Wealthsimple. That's an expensive card. You do get some nice insurance coverages if you get the annual fee waived, but if you're paying $240 a year, then yeah, the insurance coverage is just pretty average. Man, this card is hard to rate because if you're getting an annual fee waived, then this card is easily an S tier card, like basically the best card for travelers. But if you're paying like $240 for this card, then damn, it's like a high C, low B tier card. You know what? I'm gonna put this card in S tier because if you gain this card, you gain that fee waived because there's no way you're getting this card and paying $240 a year. Okay, next, a very popular backup card, the Simply Cashback Visa. 4% cashback on all restaurant purchases. No need to think about it, this is an A tier card. First of all, it's free. Really, the only card that beats this card in terms of the restaurants category is the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard, but that card costs $120 a year. So if you don't have the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard, then this card is the perfect card for you to take your date on a $250 steak dinner. 4% cashback, that's $10 in cashback on your steak dinner. If I was a girl, I'd be impressed by that. That means you're financially responsible. I'm not gay. BMO Cashback World Elite is going into the low C tier. If you think $1,000 for the spending limit is low for the groceries category, try a $500 limit because that's what this BMO card is offering. It doesn't matter if it's 5% cashback for groceries because the spending limit is only $500. The insurance for this card isn't bad, but it's not going to save this card from getting anything above a C grade. The regular BMO Cashback Mastercard, a completely different story. Maybe the best card for students and young professionals. 3% cashback for groceries and same thing, $500 spending limit for the groceries category. But if you're a student or a young professional, $500 a month on groceries is more than enough. I'm going to put this card in the A tier. I mean, these two cards, the Simply Cashback Visa and the BMO Cashback Mastercard, that would be a great combo for students and young professionals. Use the BMO card at groceries and use the Simply card at restaurants. Alright, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm missing any of your favorite cards. Cause there's a good chance I'm making a part 2 of this credit card tier list cause there's just too many credit cards in Canada to fit into one video. So yeah, let me know what cards you want me to put into a tier list next. By the way, if you're into vlogging and entertainment content, check out my second channel where I do vlogging content, and a sub over there will be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to this channel, I make financial content for Canadians, so a sub over here will also be greatly appreciated. With that said, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.